What's going on, folks? How's everybody this fine evening? It is, of course, Monday evening, which means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. And tonight, I figured we'd talk a little bit about WonderCon and Toylanta, see what all we saw, see what all we're stoked about. I did watch an interview with June from Jada put on by Toy Migos, so I have some information from that I'll be happy to share. Very stoked to share some of it. Some of it, though, is I think there's a miss there. I think there's a decent sized miss, but we'll talk about that later. You guys can let me know what you think. Aside from that, whatever you guys have seen in the past week or so, or whatever you've seen that you want to say, hey, let's chat about this, because this thing is cool and stuff. Also, tonight is, it is strawberry bubbly night. Be sure to let me know what you're chugging in ye old chat. And why don't we just get started? Speaking of ye old chat, let's head to it and see how we're doing this fine evening. Sci-Fi, what's up, sir? Greetings and toytations, everyone. Both WonderCon and Toylanta, as well as C2E2, happened this week. Jada Toys made a big splash showing off T-Hawk and Zangief, along with several Mega Man figures, Scooby-Doo, Fred and Barney, and Conquest Kid Invincible, and Invincible, in his blue suit. The Invincible figure has been getting rave reviews by people who were there and were able to pose him. Nice, such as unparalleled universe. From Loose Collectors, the Crypt series, the Dogmen are available for pre-order. They're about 8 inches tall and look more like jackals, or if the great wolves lived on bath salts. Nice. They're available on 5K Toys and BBTS, also on 5K Toys. Let's see, Bullet Queen, a cross between Cammy, Bullet Witch, and a splash of Winter Soldier. This could be a new contender for top female action figure of the year so far. Tomorrow, Tuesday, March 31st, the new Supergirl trailer is set to air, while rumors abound about James Gunn's Exodus and Zack Snyder's Rebirth at DC Studios. Superman and Spider-Man crossover came out last week. Again, hearkening back to the fun days of DC Marvel crossover events, Godzilla and Kong Supernova has been putting out more teaser trailers. Kong is only a few parts away from becoming Mecha Kong. Last movie, when his arm was damaged, he received a mechanical brace / exoskeleton for it. Now it seems that Monarch has given him combat armor with their logo etched on the chest. Oh, good lord, man. Poor Kong. While Titan X arrived from a different dimension in the Monarch series, the threat in the upcoming movie hails from the depths of space itself. Cough. Space Godzilla, cough. Moth-X has a slew of figures for April, including the 4th or 5th reissue of Daredevil, T-800, and Teen John Connor 2-pack, T-1000, and a few others. This Wednesday, Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, comes out, as well as the G.I. Joe live stream at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, good lord. Hopefully they'll have more figures to talk about than the 4 renders shown last week, perhaps even a HasLab or made-to-order project, although those last 2 might be announced in June. Bobby Vala, is moving to North Carolina around June with a Valaverse HQ following suit near October. Articulated Ninja organized the first ever Toy Tuber event last year. He's renamed it Toy Unity Expo for this year. Like last time, lots of toy tubers and toy companies will be there, and it will take place the same weekend as Legion's Con in New Jersey. It's made to complement Legion's Con, not take away from it. It's more like an after party because it starts after Legion's Con, ends each day, and it's only 5 minutes driving distance away. Plus, Articulated Ninja is paying for a free shuttle between both cons for people and military personnel, vets, and first responders. Admission is free. If you show a Legion's Con badge, you get half off admission, making it only $5. He said how it costs so much for people to keep jumping from one con to the next. That this way you'll be attempting several at once, saving so much on travel and hotels. Even the shuttle is free. Nice. Anton, what's up, sir? The last of the Time Lords, fresh from his birthday. Nice. Happy birthday again, Anton. Went and made sure that a group of evil executives wanted to get rid of all toys, but of course I defeated them with the help of Sci-Fi George. Nicely done. Of course, he doesn't remember any of this because I had to erase his memory so that he can continue with his wonderful facts. With his wonderful facts. I like it. Thank you, Anton. Sawtooth Toys and 6-Inch Studios have formed their own version of Mezco figures with the Shadow Genesis symbiotic variant. A lot of second payment figures have now arrived at 5K Toys California warehouse. And once they're done, what's left will be available for the public. Fancy. Happy Regeneration Day, most esteemed Time Lord Anton. Well, that's the bi-weekly rundown for today. Now, back to you, Dave. The esteemed chat. That's it. Everyone knows our rep by now. Continue with your day, citizens. Sci-Fi, always, man. Thank you very much for keeping us all informed. There was a lot of that I was unaware of. So thanks again, sir. Paul, what's going on tonight, man? How you doing? Spaded. How do you do, fellow kids? I know that one. I do know that one. Buscemi. Thank you, sir. Outback, what's going on, man? Hello again, gang. Hope everyone's had a great weekend and ready for another fun week of cool toys and figures. Outback, I watched your Wolverine review. Loved it. I forgot to hit like or anything, so I'll be sure to do that, and I'll share it across the social media probably tomorrow. So just remind me if I don't, okay? It's been kind of crazy around here lately. So, yeah, man, it was looking good, and I saw the Daredevil one went up. I haven't checked that out yet, but I will. Oh, thanks again, man. Whoop. Also, shout out to Sci-Fi again for the news. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Sci-Fi is always on that, and it's always hugely appreciated. Now, let's play a little bit here with what all we've got. Bum, 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 bum. Thanks so much, Dave. Appreciate it. No problem, Outback. No problem, man. Okay. So I'm looking at all the things. Why don't we actually jump in? Let's start just looking at some pictures of some of the stuff that we saw at WonderCon. This came to us from Robo Don't Know. You guys know me. If it's the tick, it deserves all the monies. We have Arthur. I believe we saw a prototype before. I can't remember for sure, but having Arthur is pretty exciting. What's less exciting is as I'm looking at the picture, I am not seeing extra hands, but it's Big Bad Workshop / Fresh Monkey Fiction. I have to think some extra hands are going to show up in the package somewhere. So yeah, I'm excited, man. You guys know, I mean, if you've been watching for a while, I am completely sold on all the tick things because he's just fun. It hit me at the exact right point in life, I think, because I might go back today and say, oh man, I don't know what's wrong with you. But when I watched it, I thought it was one of the best things on TV. Super excited about seeing Arthur. Yes, this was Toylanta, hanging out with Fresh Monkey Fiction, Big Bad Workshop. There wasn't a lot new that was shown over there. They did have some vehicle type stuff. I don't know if it was Gridiron Studios exclusive or if Fresh Monkey Fiction and Big Bad Workshop are going to start selling them. But I do have a video popped up here where we can check that out and see what we see if we can discern any information from such things. But yeah, I'm excited. But again, you guys know me, super stoked for all things Spoon. Spaded, I walked up to the door at WonderCon on Friday morning and left without going in. I was there on some business. Oh man, Spaded one. Ooh. So you didn't enter the building? Did they have like whatever you were there for business? Was it in the same building, just in a totally separate area? Or was it just down the street from the convention center? That's insane, man. But yeah, that's what's going on with Arthur. Extremely excited because I am that guy. Let's get rid of that. And speaking of the Fresh Monkey Fiction video, here we go. This was kind of a video. This is from Skeletons underscore collectibles putting this up here. So we saw sort of what's going on with these vehicles. Again, I don't know if these are things that are going to be sold by Fresh Monkey Fiction, Big Bad Workshop, if it's something you're going to find on Gridiron Studios. I have to imagine whatever they are, they're not going to be things that you just, they're just going to build them for the show. I think these things are going to be real. There's a lot of, I believe that's 5 points. I think Longbox Heroes are 5 points figures. But yeah, there was not, here we go. More of these tank looking deals, howitzers, all kinds of good stuff. I thought that was insanely cool. Just very cool stuff. But again, I don't know how they're going to be sold. I just assume they are. I didn't notice when it came to everybody's coverage of Fresh Monkey Fiction, and possibly when it came to the 5 points, maybe there was some of that was new. But I didn't know about, it didn't look like there was a whole lot new when it came to the other stuff aside from Arthur. Like all of this Christmas stuff, the Naughty or Nice collection. I don't think there was anything, but let me know in the comments, guys, if you spotted something, because just because I don't see something doesn't mean you don't. Spaded. Sad part is that it's across the street from Disney, and it was so foggy that you couldn't see the Matterhorn and or castle. Ow, man! I don't know why I don't think of LA as being foggy. Like years ago, you just thought of LA and New York and smog. So I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the case though. Maybe it was just good old fashioned fog from a weather change like we get in Michigan. But who knows? Let's see. I messed up and forgot I made plans to meet someone there for a head swap. They were coming from really far away, so canceling on them would mean losing my man card. I understand that. I understand that. If anybody's seen Scrubs, by the way, there was the man card stuff before Scrubs, but Dr. Cox, who's probably the hero of Scrubs, basically, was sitting there talking to JD, who is the main character. And JD tended to do things that would make it so Dr. Cox could easily pull a man card from him. It was quality stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Scrubs is quality entertainment. Got it. Outback. I remember going to WonderCon for C2E2 on my first visit to the States 11 years ago. But unfortunately, that was before I got into figure collecting, so I don't recall seeing any toys at the con back then. Man, and it's, what is it? I mean, it's kind of a, it's a much, from what I can tell, from what I've seen online so far, WonderCon seems to be a much smaller SDCC. Like, is that a fair representation? Is that accurate, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I'm wondering. But yeah, that's what we've got from Fresh Monkey Fiction that I saw. Now, let's go in and see if we can do some investigating. We will get to the Jada stuff, I promise. But I wanted to come here and look at, okay, WonderCon wasn't too tiny, it looks like. So I just typed in some WonderCon 2026 so we could take a peek and see what everybody was posting. This is, let's see, Masters of the Universe, Castle Grayskull. This must be the movie version of Castle Grayskull. Kind of cool. We, of course, have E Honda. That's pretty exciting. We've got the Mega Man figures. We'll get into talking about these, but right now, why not? This comes to us from Toy Shiz. That was Snake Man. Here's Proto Man. All looking good. I don't know my Mega Man well enough, but people are saying they're really talking about that Proto Man. There's Gemini, what I'm assuming is Gemini Mega Man, Gemini Laser Mega Man. And then Battle of the Planets. What was this? Battle of the Planets from Plastic Meatball. Okay. but those are not the photogenic style things. I think I did. Somebody, I think Hatter had these on and he was talking about them. But there you go. There's another pic at the old, well, another video of the old booth. This comes to us from Agent Gomez on Instagram. And I'm super excited about T-Hawk and Zangief, by the way. And I'm behind. And look at those. Ooh, they're looking good. The one thing that I need to, well, two things I need to pick up. I've got to get Player 1 M Bison, and I've got to get Player 1 DJ. Like, I'm missing those right now. I got to pick those up. I don't know how I've gone this long without them, but I've got all the other Player 1s. So adjustments obviously need to be made. Outback never got into the Mega Man games, but some of the figs do look pretty cool. I know, man. And I didn't either. That's the reason why I'm like, everybody says Proto Man's cool. But we've talked for quite some time about the Jada Army, how cool a lot of this stuff is, just because it's so much fun. And June really gives a crap about making this stuff right, which you'll see when I'm talking about the notes from the Toy Migos video. Spaded, Plastic Meatballs, the star of WonderCon for me, and I don't even like 5POA. Friggin' Time Bandits, and Labyrinth, baby. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure it was Hatter's video that I was watching that showed those. Here's more when it comes to, this comes to us from Articulated Comic Book Art. There's probably information here. Let's see. Scale compatible vehicles on display. These are made by Gridiron, not Joy Toy, made in both 1/12 and 1/18 scale. Okay, so maybe if they're being made in 1/18 and 1/12, I gotta think Gridiron's where you go to pick these bad boys up. Guest announcement. Oh yeah. Doc McCoy from Nacelle, I believe. Yeah. And we just keep going. This was, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I believe this is where Brick was hanging out. He said he was helping out this booth. But I don't see, and I did see these somewhere. Him Grimlock. I didn't see that one. Jubes, yes. I don't know that character. I'm out. I don't know that character. Also out. MODOK. All right. Clearly, I know like 80s and 90s stuff. And beyond that, that isn't Japanese. Beyond that, I'm hosed. We've got some Obi-Wan. We've got Dr. Jones. Well, okay. Professor Henry Jones. Dr. Professor Sean Connery. Stormtrooper, Grimlock, Megatron. Like, this stuff's a lot of fun to me. I never really got into cosplay or anything like that, but I love the work that people put into it. Uh-oh. More Honda, more of this. So, yeah, there's not much when it comes to WonderCon coverage, it doesn't look like. Outback, that MODOK was hilarious. Very creative. Yeah, it was sweet. They did good work. But yeah, there's the BBTS booth. I wonder. Here we go. Let's go through a little bit more. This is from Fresh Monkey Fiction. The official booth, we've got some Eagle Force there as well. And I believe, isn't Eagle Force, isn't that pretty much old school G.I. Joe articulation, like with the rubber, the O-ring and all that stuff? I think this is the exclusive that they had, but we've seen this before. So yeah, it was kind of like, from what I could tell, it was kind of like a show to just show off a lot of the stuff that we already knew was coming, but not necessarily to show off anything that was new. It kind of felt like, we're just, we're going to show off what we've got. And then when it comes to SDCC, we'll show the world all the cool things. But yeah, that was, and I'm mixing up WonderCon and Toylanta. This was Toylanta, but it also seemed that way in Toylanta. There wasn't a lot of new stuff that I noticed. Sci-Fi almost forgot Mythic Legion's RPG has unlocked everything and is close to $1,119,000. That is insane, and I love it. Go Four Horsemen. Spaded, Jada needs to branch out into some other Capcom franchises ASAP. Ghosts and Goblins, Strider, and Final Fight are my top picks. You know, they did, and I forgot to write this note. Actually, give me a sec so I don't forget it. Let me write this right now because people were asking about one thing, and June gave a pretty solid answer. Hang on, my bad, guys. I had to think while I was doing things, you know. Okay, let's jump in. I do agree. Jada needs to branch out a bit. It sounds like SDCC is going to be ridiculous, but I don't know. When CT Toy is going to get a booth, man, I'm not sure that's happening there, Captain. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by tonight. Spaded Storm Collectibles is doing Final Fight, but in the bigger scale, I'm all in on them because I really like the bigger Storm stuff. Nice, nice. Nothing wrong with that. And they have always looked good. And for the most part, anytime I've seen, because the only person I see really talk about them is Anthony's Customs, and he talks about just how great they pretty much are. I mean, for the most part, it sounds like Storm does a great job on those things. Uncarded, what's up, sir? Bad boys? Bad boys? What you gonna do? We do nothing. I got nothing there. But yeah, that's what we've got as far as Toylanta, it looks like. There's a lot of... I mean, I looked up WonderCon, but then the Big Bad Workshop booth showed up. Was this announced at WonderCon? WonderCon exclusive. But was this last... Oh, WonderCon 2025. My bad, guys. I thought I recognized that. But yeah, there really was not a lot. So one thing I want to pop up real quick here, just so everybody's got the information, is Comic-Con 2026. Because when I was watching all those things, when I've seen all the coverage that people have had for Toylanta and WonderCon, it seemed kind of, it's not that it seemed lackluster, it's just people were showing off what's coming very soon that we've already seen or what's been out for a while. So Comic-Con this year is going to happen on July 23rd through the 26th. And this is the official Comic-Con website. So you know that if that changes, that's totally on them. But I wanted to make sure that that was there, that everybody saw that. Spaded, the bigger Storm stuff is incredible. It's just expensive and in weird scale, so folks don't pay much attention. I just got Balrog a few days ago, straight up definitive version. Never need a player 2. Wow. See, that's a good review. Just be like, no, this is it. That's done. That's it. I think that works out pretty well. But okay, we're 23 minutes in. Why don't we go ahead and do this? Let's close out this window. Now, let me find ye old notes. Now, you'll see them all as I'm going, but these were just quick notes. I might have other things to talk here, things that might jog my memory a touch. So, this is from a Toy Migos interview with June. June, we have talked about how I think June is, and I can't be 100%, but we know that Storm Arena is putting out Street Fighter Alpha, all that stuff. I think June is crazy competitive / a bit of a perfectionist, and I like both of those. It's just things need to come out a little faster. So I think mostly we've had some hits. What we've gotten from June and Jada, hits all across the board for sure. So the first note here, June's doing a lot of tinkering with Street Fighter Alpha and Daphne from Scooby-Doo. this is why I hit you with that preamble of I think June's doing. I think he's very aware of Storm Arena and wants to compete because he's tinkering, and that to me means no, man. I picked these up. I got this. But who knows? I mean, it could just be. It could be off. I could be wrong, but it just seems kind of right to me. And I don't know. You guys are welcome. Throw in your 2 cents and let's get chatting. In fact, I'll jump over after each of these points, see what you guys are saying about it. Kyrus, what's up, sir? Hello, Toypixx. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kyrus. Good to see you tonight, sir. Ooh, thanks, Outback. Sci-fi, according to Toy Gaines, the agent from Soldiers of Fortune is based off of Bill Cosby from I Spy. Personally, he looks more like a young Morgan Freeman sans mustache. I haven't even paid that much attention. I wonder if seeing so what probably happened, Sci-Fi. Remember, they always show renders at first. So maybe what we've seen are the renders, and maybe Toy Gaines got to see the actual face sculpt, and it's like, yeah, man, that's Bill Cosby. I don't know. Maybe not, though. Maybe I haven't seen anything from Toy Gaines, so I might need to look a little more at that stuff. Kyrus, I've been wanting to get that Storm collectible boxer guy for the longest, Toypixx. It sounds like Spaded One says that's the one to get, man. Get you some Balrog. All right, so let's jump back in here. So yeah, man, June doing a lot of tinkering. Bit of a perfectionist, which I do approve of. I just want him to get the stuff out a little faster. But I genuinely think the reason he's still tinkering with Alpha is he's in it to win it. And so I'm excited to see what they do. Now, when asked about Mega Man, he was a little tight-lipped about the future of the line. He did say the first game will be complete. He was usually in interviews, June to me is pretty easy to read. So I can say, yeah, June maybe said something about, like last year, June maybe hinted at possibly Invincible, but no, Invincible's coming. This time, I can't tell you what he was saying about Mega Man. As I was trying to watch that thing, I was going, man, so are they done? Are they even going to keep going with it? I mean, he did say there's a lot of cool stuff coming out, so I don't know. And he said that in the context of talking about the Mega Man line. So I'm not sure, guys. I don't know what to make of the whole Mega Man situation. I will say, not knowing anything about Mega Man, if I do end up with a complete game one and maybe a couple others, maybe that's not so bad. But I know there are some Mega Man fans out there that want this line to go forever, too. Spaded, I don't know, man. I feel like Jada trying to follow Storm Arena into Alpha is a bad idea. Storm Arena has the head start, and in my opinion, are the better product, even with the new Jada body stuff. It's possible. I mean, you probably, in my opinion, yes, Storm Arena for what Jada currently has is objectively the better line. But Jada got the jump in front of him with Street Fighter. So I think, I don't know how the numbers would play out. I'd be willing to bet Street Fighter Jada does better than like Storm Arena Alpha. But I don't know. I could be wrong on a money stand, like bleh, from a money standpoint. But what you're saying about, yeah, they're the ones that got out in front of Jada on Street Fighter 3 Alpha. There's probably, since people are loading up on that line, June's got to step it up because you're right. They got ahead of the curve on that one. So it might be Jada gets it with Street Fighter 2 overall. Overall, they get the win in that area. But from here on out, maybe Storm Arena gets the win unless Jada goes crazy and June just goes nuts. But we'll have to see. That's my thought is if he's still tinkering and we've been seeing prototypes for this long, he wants to compete. So I'm going to be pretty excited to see what comes out. Let's see. Captain Have Fun's World. What's up, Captain? Question for you guys. What toy would you like to see made in 1/12 with a costume and no exposed joints? It could be new or a remake, like 84 Superpowers Batman done with Pop Mart Hush Batman. Ooh, I actually really like that suggestion. Let's see, what toy would you like to see made in 1/12 with a costume and no exposed joints? I don't know. There's a lot out there. I'd have to think about that quite a bit, I think. You're talking kind of like almost a Mezco style, but not even see joints as the neck or at the neck, correct? Spaded Captain Planet. Ah, okay, you were on it right away. I'm starting a toy company and curious what people want to see. I'm in Hollywood, used to work in the industry, retired. I'd want the most mass appeal for the first figure. Man, anybody got any ideas? Help out, help out. What's up, LBZ? Good to see you, sir. Anton, the last of the Time Lords, is here. You are indeed, sir. Good to see you. I would love to see the greatest American hero. You know what's weird, Anton? He popped into my head too. But if we're trying to get huge mass appeal, I'm not sure the greatest American hero would work. Maybe like no, all that would be licensed. I was thinking maybe an actual, but Jada kind of does this, like a car line or like a vehicles line of all the crazy 80s properties. And I'm only thinking that because you could sell those at any size and maybe test the market at a smaller scale. But action figure wise, I don't know. I mean, everybody's had a run at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, depending on how that shakes out. Maybe them? What do you guys think? What's a big line to go for? Or a big property? Harry, what's up? Jada needs to keep pushing to keep their product on store shelves. That is a big advantage. That's true. Being in Target, being in Walmart, that helps them a lot. Actually, I think what might hurt Storm Arena is the fact that BBTS is the exclusive dealer in the US. If they could end up getting out of that and then selling it all over the place, that would probably be helpful, especially since they're the same price as Jada. Jada obviously didn't work that into some kind of contract so that, other companies couldn't make very similar product with very similar pricing in their licensing agreement, I mean. LBZ, personally, it'd be great if Jada did Mortal Kombat, but start with Mortal Kombat 3. Maybe a video game license. Spaded, the Monarch from Venture Brothers. Ah, Mezco style. Okay. Man. All right, guys, what do we got? Help them out. My brain is totally on fire right now trying to figure these things out. I wonder about, because right now, at least with the younger generation, it seems anime is really hot. I wonder if you could do anything as far as those licenses are concerned over here. I mean, they've got SHF has kind of come in, but they're not selling deep cut characters. They're selling like the main characters from the shows, but they're not selling, in the States anyway, like B and C and D tier characters so much. So I'm wondering if like Dragon Ball, Naruto, oh man, what else is out there? Demon Slayer. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Anton, thank you, Sci-Fi. Kairos, Thundar the Barbarian. Everybody, here's the thing, man. A lot of people around here after Hanna-Barbera and Looney Tunes, but I just don't know what kind of mass appeal those would have. I mean, we would like it, but if you want to keep the line going, we got to get the younger people in on it too. Oh, man. What's a 90s? All right, guys, what's a 90s property that hasn't been tapped? Captain, I made the greatest American hero toy actually too. I even made one with a vinyl suit that's more modern. Ha, nice. All right. Uncarded K-pop Demon Hunters would go hard at 1/12. That's true. Doesn't Mattel have, well, I don't know how crazy Mattel's going to get with it. That would work. Charlie 5.5, what's going on, man? Hanna-Barbera Heroes and 1/12 would be cool. I think everybody here is in agreement, man. That would be a blast. Uncarded Paul Bienvenidos. Thank you, Uncarded. Kairos, a line of Akira figures. See, yeah, I think that might have some appeal. Anton, well, like you said, always your party has to be a blast. Well, it was. I got a lot of money to spend on comics and action figures. Nice, Anton. What do you, anything you're thinking of picking up? And my friend got me Batman Dark Patterns plus a whole slew of other comics, including Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles and, let's see, Thunder Blind Bag. Nice. I didn't even know that was a thing. Spaded, somebody has got to do a WMAC Masters line. I know nothing. Anton, as my friend James said, the cake was a banger because it had custard and chocolate on it. Nice. That sounds good, actually. Captain, they have toy vending machines in Japan. The toy stores sell Mafex and everything. Costco Japan carries Beast Kingdom. I wonder, I know something that's crazy hot right now is blind bags. I wonder, yeah, those would be more statue type figures, though. Oh, man. My brain is dead. This is not cool. I'm sorry, man. Anton, Jeopardy went over well, but they said the questions were a little too hard. I'll have to think about that for next year. Charlie, Ben 10 and 1/12 could work. That generation is the next adult collector group. That, okay. Okay, you got one. Anton, look up pics of the toy stores in Japan. They still have them, unlike USA. Yeah, Ben 10's a good call, actually. I don't even think about that so much. Ooh, because, yeah, the 90s kids, the ones that were like single digits in the 90s they're probably getting ready to spend some money. All right, let's get in real quick. I want to point out what we've got. Okay, if Star were here, he'd be stoked. Cyberpunk Edge Runners isn't dead. And the reason that question was asked is because no Cyberpunk was at the show. So yeah, they're like, is Cyberpunk still a thing? Now he did say yes, Maine, Rebecca, and Atom Smasher should be out this year. He did not elaborate by saying anything along the lines of, and there will be more. He just said those three will be out this year. So we'll go from there. I'll get another one in, then jump back to the comments. He also said he's glad to be done with Street Fighter 2 and doesn't want to load us up with Player 2 variants. And it sounds to me like that's more a him thing. He just doesn't want to do it because, well, all these old molds are coming out with different colors. The new stuff's on shelves, you know? So it sounds to me like for him, just personally, he doesn't want to do it. The guy on Toy Amigos was saying, yeah, but June, there's so many cool Player 2 variants. So maybe, I mean, it seems there are rumors of a new Blanca, somebody else, a couple new Blancas, actually. I can't remember who the second one was. Oh, yeah, I got nothing. But we'll probably get some more Player 2s, but I don't think we're going to get, at least listening to June, it doesn't sound to me like we're going to get Player 2s of everybody. Because he just doesn't want to do it. Spaded One, WMAC Masters was a kid-friendly martial arts tournament show starring the sprite models from the Mortal Kombat games. What? How did I? Wow. A kid-friendly martial arts tournament from Mortal Kombat. You have no idea how confused I am. Jason the Wheeled Warriors. See, that one has like a fun vibe to it too. Like it just has a cool mechanical and organic. I mean, that could be fun, but it's a lot more than action figures. You would want the vehicles to go with that. And well, I'm thinking about maybe a Mr. Freeze action figure. Can anyone make some suggestions? Anybody got a good Mr. Freeze figure for Anton? Anybody got any ideas? I know that Mezco's Mr. Freeze for a long time looked pretty good to me. And I actually was waitlisted and was able to go for it. Like the waitlist converted, but I'd seen so many reviews by then that I suddenly didn't want him so much. So I would have said Mezco before, not so much now. Anton, forget the mainstream people that all want to buy action figures like that. Do a little something different for us collectors. Maybe some Batman oddball characters like Condiment King, the Clock King, and Man Bat. See, those are cool and all, but that would be a tough license, I would think, to go for. On the other hand, yeah. And when we're talking collectors, I mean, if you're going for mass appeal, you're going to want way more than collectors. That's where people get confused, I think. And correct me if I'm wrong if you want. But I think that's where people get lost. They think all the nerds love it, so it must do really well. The nerds are a really small number of people. So even if we love something, if something doesn't gain mass appeal, it probably won't do exceedingly well. And what I think the captain here wants is a line that does really well with the whole audience, not just collectors, but with the general public as well. Spaded, the Mezco Mr. Freeze is pretty awesome. Oh, see, now I'm totally lost. Anton, there you go, man. You've got two completely different versions on that. Verdicts, I suppose. I love my 89 Mr. Freeze by Toy Biz. I forgot about that thing. Oh, man. That was the one he was in kind of a lavender, blue, and white suit, right? With some, was it red cords? I can't remember. Yeah, that was, I think I had that. Or I'm just remembering it and thinking, oh yeah, clearly I had that because I vaguely remember what it looks like. All right, Invincibles Wave 1 is the first wave to use Jada's 2.0 body. I don't think the way he worded that, I don't think it's the first figures or they're the first figures with Jada's 2.0 body, but it is the first full wave using the 2.0 body. So there's that. I thought that was kind of cool. Now, the Resident Evil license that everybody's been asking about. He was asked point blank about Resident Evil, and he said Capcom probably would do it, but that the creator doesn't want to license it out. So somebody said, whoever it was from Toy Amigos said, what do you think, man? You're going to get some Resident Evil? And he said, not likely, because he's just not ready to do the licensing. So there you go. Probably not what everybody wanted to hear from June, but that's what it is. Now, nothing new was shown. Everything that was at the Jada booth, we've already seen. But June did say, and this is where I think the big miss was for them. He did say, watch for Jada at SDCC, because it sounds like they'll be showing off a lot of new stuff. So where I think the miss is we've discussed how Hasbro has the constant hype machine going. I think Jada, they need to get in on that hype machine. I do. But it's tough if June himself is kind of the person that's slowing production down because he wants things to be perfect, you know? And again, no shade at him at all for that. I would be the same way. Like, there would be a lot of sleepless nights. But yeah, I think they need to keep that hype machine going. We need to see things like prototypes a little faster than we've been seeing them, you know? But yeah, I think that was the biggest miss, was the fact that Jada didn't have anything new, nothing to show off, no prototypes, no anything like that. I would have loved to have seen some of that, and just wasn't there. Like I said, hype machine. What do you guys think of all this stuff that June said to Toy Migos? Harry, the best way to get younger kids is to attach the action figures to an online game. Like, you get new features in the game with a new figure. See, that sounds like fun too, but we got to watch the price on that stuff. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, that would be cool, but one of the tough things is even games aren't doing so well lately. Kairos, Toypixx, do you think the Mezco Joker animated series is worth getting? You know, Kairos, I think he looks fantastic, but until I see reviews, I don't know. You know, he looks great for sure. Is he just up for pre-order, or has he come out yet? Because if he's already out, Because I'll be honest, the reason that I don't know is I just don't pay attention to animated type stuff and movie type stuff when it started off as a comic book property. So I didn't really, I mean, I saw him, I thought he looked great, but that was about as far as I got. So let me know, gang, has the animated Joker from Mezco come out yet? And if not, what do you think of him? Mr. Matson, Jada was kind of depressing. Everything delayed and Mega Man coming to an end. That's what, see, I was trying to read June on the Mega Man thing. Usually I can read them pretty well. It sounded at one point like it was going to end, but then it sounded at another point like now we're going to keep it going some. I wish I knew, but I do agree. I don't know that I'd say depressing, but I was definitely disappointed. Spada, the creator of Resident Evil, won't let them make action figures, but they'll let them make 20 shows and movies that have nothing to do with anything they made. Well, he probably gets a lot more money off of those shows and movies than he would some action figures. Money talks, man. Uncarded, wow, that Mezco 112 Collective Mr. Freeze looks pretty awesome. He does look good, for sure. I don't remember what the reason was that I decided against him. No rush for Mega Man. Oh, did he say that? Like, was there another interview and I missed? Because this one was just, all I saw from June was the Toy Migos interview. Did he specifically say no rush was coming? Because that is sad. That would suck. Outback, even if they had some unpainted prototypes to get an idea of what's coming up, that could have been useful. I agree. I think if they could have just put in something from those lines, like, I don't know. I would have loved to have seen another Serial figure or maybe another Cyberpunk figure. Obviously, there's not much to show off from Jada's Street Fighter line, but maybe a Street Fighter Alpha figure. You know, just something to get people talking. Captain Fonjoy and Mezco are great because they're not too expensive and are fun for kids to play with. My son is only 1 year old and likes to play with his John Stewart Green Lantern superpowers. Ah, see, ooh, that would be fun too. You said 1/12. I was actually thinking, what about 1/18 cloth goods? And then I just stopped my brain right there. I'm like, that's a terrible idea, Dave. Don't say that. Spaded, my number one, but they're a bit of an acquired taste, and reviews can be deceiving if you aren't used to working around soft goods or super tiny bits. Okay. And maybe that was it, too. Mezco is. Got it. Mr. Manson, Scooby should have come by now, and only one more wave of Mega Man after the Proto Man Snake Man wave. Yeah, I do wonder. Maybe that's what I wish he had shown off. Maybe I wish he'd at least shown off prototypes for Fred and Velma. You know, just so we know we're going to get the 5. Uncarded, I'm pretty much fully invested in LPZZ and InArt 112. Need to cut one or the other, but both are equally spectacular. Yeah, man, that's tough. I think for me, it would depend on how well each scales with the stuff I've got already. Isn't LPZZ the one right now that is saying it's 1/12, but it's skewing closer to 1/10? I don't remember. But for some reason, I'm thinking that's a thing. All right, so that's what we got for this. Sadly. Makes me sad, man. What have we, Anton? I did get one action figure from a friend of mine, a Planet of the Apes Mego of the good General Varys. I think that's right. Not bad. I do not know my Planet of the Apes. How shocked are we? Bad nerd. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the June stuff with Jada. Mezco Mr. Freeze is awesome and creepy looking. There we go, guys. I saw reviews I have not handled him myself. So, Anton, we've got a couple of votes here for Mr. Freeze. And he is, I will say this, he is the best looking Mr. Freeze out there. So I think that's the one you go with. Kyrus, I got charged for the Chaos Mutant Leader Toypixx magnetic nipples. Just keep them away from metal, man. You're going to lose him. Keep him away from your computer. That would be bad juju. Ah, okay. So what else does anybody have that we can chat about? What are some things that you're looking for? We could also sit here and try and answer more about some product lines that might be helpful, like some properties that maybe would be good stuff when it comes to a new action figure line, if anybody can think of anything. I know models are kind of big, but I don't know how models would work like Blockies and Yellow Park right now. But I don't know how models would work with cloth goods. That would be a whole separate puzzle you'd have to work around. I'm looking here at the old Mythic Legions. New and popular. Ah, that's not what they showed. The big, what is this? Action figures and more. Oh, apparently BBTS is showing a lot of Mythic Legions going on for pre-order. Let me make sure I get you guys there. Oh, all right. What have we? Uncarded some awesome Planet of the Apes figures, and 1/12 would be sweet. You know what? That's not bad, and that could cover the classic all the way through to today, since they're still making those, or at least the last one just came out a few years ago, didn't it? Anton, awesome. Got a Batman Beyond Mego recently. Megos are great. Uncarded. I'm looking forward to that upcoming Kickstarter for the Pirates. I'll have to. What's the line called? I haven't heard of that. Let's see. Kickstarter. Let's see. Discover Pirate Borg. Let me see here. Is it Tide Realm Corsairs? Does that sound right? Oh, weird. Let me know and we'll jump there. Yes, I have the original Migos. I played with them all the time when I was a kid. They were always fun. Nice. Spaded Mezco did one Planet of the Apes fig. They showed some more, but just abandoned them. You can find that Zeus pretty cheap nowadays. This is me being bad with my Planet of the Apes. Harry, by the way, Scareglow makes me excited for Mattel DC figures. I should have brought that up. I've seen a couple of reviews now for Scareglow. I think I saw Mad Hatters and I saw Pixel Dance. Oh my God, guys. I mean, I'm not the biggest Motu guy, but I do like skeleton type figures. I might need to pick up that Scareglow, and then Motu might happen a little more. But DC, exactly what Harry's saying, man. I am so excited for that. And that could be something too, Anton. I mean, you'd have to wait quite a while. But you could see what Mattel's coming out with when it comes to the collector's line, too. They'll be coming out next year. Sci-Fi Attack of the Killer Tomato 6-inch scale. I'll see myself out. Why, Sci-Fi? Why? Anton, I did get a couple of DVDs to my friend Bill. Got me the entire Battlestar Galactica, the original series, and the movie. That's awesome, Anton. What was that? Awesome. I don't think I've done that in a long time. Kyrus Toypixx, did you see the LPZZ Batman Beyond figure? I don't know that I have, Kyrus. We'll have to go back and check that. Sci-fi movie or cartoon? Oh, dear. Anton, the other I got, Batman the Animated Series movie, a double DVD, Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero. I saw Mask of the Phantasm. I think I saw Sub-Zero. Mask of the Phantasm was classic, is a classic. One that I love that not everybody talks about is The Return of the Joker, the Batman Beyond movie. Man, I love that flick. That was so good. Anton, it also includes all of the Mr. Freeze episodes as an extra. Oh, that's sweet. So you get Heart of Ice in there. I'm surprised that NECA never did any Planet of the Apes figures. That seems like it would be right in their wheelhouse. Maybe it was tough to figure out if they wanted to do things like flock figures or make them fuzzy with clothes on. Uncarded, yes, those Tide Realm figures. Okay, cool beans. That is, I did find them. So give me just a sec. Tide Realm Corsairs Fantasy Pirate action figures launching soon. So we've got all this. Then we've got the black coming from Valaverse. What do we have? These are sweet. Who made these guys? Let's see. Quato and Kundal. Okay, I like this picture just because it's pirates with a bunch of treasure. Arr, that's what needs to happen. Yes, it was called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and it was awesome. Whoop. Star, hey guys, well, WonderCon was a bust. Star, I missed you, man. We talked a little bit about what happened when it came to Jada. Jada, I mean, I'm sure you saw everything. So Jada just showed off a bunch of stuff we already knew was coming. Did you see the Toy Migos interview? Let me know because I took some notes and we talked a little bit about that. So if you saw it, no need to talk about it more. But if you didn't, let us know and I'll go over a little bit of it for you too. Kairos Toypixx, we need a really good 112 scale Mars Attacks Aliens line like NECA did for Metal Luna Alien. Oh, that'd be sweet. God, I need that Metal Luna turtle, like that Metal Luna Krang. Yeah, that'd be cool. Except you got Jack Nicholson if we're going, oh, excuse me. If we're going with the movie, you got Jack, and it seems his likeness rights are insane. Uncarded, I have an unhealthy obsession with skeleton action figures. I think I have most of the skellies from just about every action figure line. Nice. So Scareglow. Kairos, Return of the Joker Toypixx. That's a really good one. Very well drawn and animated. Yeah, I love that movie. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's as twisted as it is, but it's fantastic. Like, I don't think it gets the due that it deserves. Anton, can we take a look at those werewolves? We will. We'll check those out in a bit, Anton. We're going to get through this, and then we'll head back to them. Outback. Oh, I just picked up a hardcover edition graphic novel, Harleen on the Weekend. It's a Harley Quinn origin story writing and art by Stitchipan. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that either. I'm glad it's not just me, Outback. That's awesome, man. I've not heard of that one. Let us know. Have you read it already? Captain, I put together the blocky Superman kit. Watch Batman Beyond Return of the Joker a week ago. It's officially streaming for free on YouTube. Nice. All right. So what do you think about, I mean, you were talking action figures, 112 scale. What do you think about a line of figures? I see logistical problems with doing a model kit of superhero action figures or whatever kind of action figures and then putting cloth goods on them. Like logistically, it seems off, and it seems like it would add enough cost that maybe the whole model idea would be hit a bit, just because it seems to me models are successful because they can be a lower cost. So what do you think of something like that? And keep throwing out ideas, guys. Let's see if we can help out here. Mr. Matson, Toylanta looked more fun. Savage Crucible exclusives grow and are awesome. Mythic Legions, etc. I did not see any. I should have looked for more of that. We might go check out some Toylanta. I just saw the Big Bad Workshop and Fresh Monkey Fiction booth. Paul, thank you very much for acknowledging the people, man. Keeping everybody involved. I really appreciate it. Star, yep, I saw. Only said Edge Runners was still coming. Of course, we wouldn't know that from reveals or anything tangible. I know. The worst part for me, probably, Star, honestly, was stay tuned for SDCC. I'm like, no, June, show us something. But yeah, I mean, now we gotta just sit and wait and hope that really cool stuff is shown off at SDCC, or that they really start getting the hype machine going. Mr. Matson still say the Fwoosh skeletons are my favorite. Man, a lot of people love those. I never got some. Let's see. Thank you, Stunner. Thanks, Anton. We're going to keep moving. Uncarded, the Tide Realm guy showed off some Army Builder base figures that will be offered during the campaign. This thing could be good. It depends on the people's love for the pirates. Let's see, Uncarded. Thanks, guys. Let's see, a Nicholson, 1/12 with a good costume hat, hair would look good. It would. It would look incredible. One of the problems that toy companies have had right now, it sounds like, is just how pricey his likeness is. Like McFarlane does okay, and they didn't want to spring for the likeness. So, man, that's tough. Although I think Beast Kingdom did. Very strange. Or was it Hot Toys? Help me out, guys. Let me know who went for the Nicholson likeness. I know somebody did. Anton, if you remember, today is my birthday, and it was awesome. Anton, I remembered it was the end of the month. I didn't remember it was today specifically. Happy birthday, sir. Awesome, awesome, man. And it sounds like you had a hell of a good one. Thanks, guys. Let's see. Star, my Jada grief is overwhelming at this point, so I don't even know what to say right now. I know. I wouldn't call mine Jada grief. Mine is more Jada disappointment. I just wanted to see more. Not that I don't love what we're seeing already, but it feels like what we're already seeing, we've been seeing for a year, you know? Kairos, thank you, sir. Captain, I like models because they're not just cheaper, but something you can build with your kid. I wonder if there's a 1/12. See, that the problem with models, if you want to do the Mezco type thing, is I don't know that you can hide the joints. But they would seem cheaper to produce. Ugh. Star, thanks, guys. Thanks for keeping the birthday boy happy with the happy birthdays. Outback started reading last night, off to a good start. I've read a bunch of his other stuff, and it's all been great so far. His art in particular is fantastic. I have to look this dude up. Of course, that would require me actually getting into comics again, which I should do. I did enjoy them a lot. Anton, in Return of the Joker, there's a non-edited version where they show the death of the Joker. It's pretty graphic. Yeah, I think that's the one I've seen, actually. I don't think I ever saw that unedited version. That's no good. Kairos, off topic, but the new in-art Gimli figure looks really impressive. Or Gimli. Who's Gimli? Is Gimli... I know the name. Is it Lord of the Rings? Oh, good Lord. I'm in trouble. Uncarded. In-art Gimli is goated. Uh-oh. Definitely in trouble. Whew, Star, just wondering what's taking Joy Toys so long to show us prototypes of StarCraft. I did pre-order the Fig MacGyver and Giant Guyver. I need something since Jada's decided to screw with us. I know, man. I know. And I don't know because I don't pay attention to Joy Toy that much, I don't know what we're looking at as far as from announcement to production. So it would be nice to see a prototype or something for you there. It feels like all your lines, people are just not putting anything out right now. And they need to stop that. They need to do some stuff. Anton, thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Kairos. Thank you, Outback. Kairos, yes, Toypixx, Lord of the Rings. Woohoo! I'm still a bad nerd because I didn't just know that, obviously. Star, the StarCraft miniatures game has been my lifeline. Backstabbed by Jada. Never thought I'd see the day. I wouldn't say backstabbed. I think you heard the part where June was talking about how he just can't stop tinkering. So the figures are going to be awesome. The problem is, when are the figures going to come out? Because they're going to be awesome, you know? That's the thing that's got me host. All right, let's look a little more at these guys. Tide Realm Corsairs, the Perished Crew Builder, the Pirate Crew Builder, and the Tideborn Crew Builder. Are those Kickstarter launches May 1st? I love that they've got the wheel. Oh, wow. Look at all that stuff. Okay, they definitely come with a whole ton of things. I wonder how much this is going to be. You guys know me. I love extra hands and definitely love accessories. And because this is kind of made up, all the accessories that come with them totally make sense. Okay, so they're about the size of Mythic Legions, which is, I mean, Mythic Legions says, or at least Big Bad Toy Store says that Mythic Legions is 1/12 scale. I'd say it's pretty much between 1/12, 1/10. Some might even say 1/11. So because they're just bigger, let me see here. What do we have? I have Gideon. Gideon throwing his helmet around. And I still have Gumbo on the desk. And they are, let me see, hold on. Let me close this down for now because I do want to show what we've got. Obviously, it's a totally different body type, but from their feet, yeah, he's got, Gideon has just a little bit. Oh, wait, no, hang on. I got angle these better. If I stand, oh man, I wish I could show you guys this. Gideon looks way bigger on here, but he's just a touch taller. So yeah, I would say Mythic Legions is more in line of probably 1/11 or so, because this is a fairly, the Mafex Gambit is a fairly tall Mafex figure. But yeah, they should work. They should work pretty well, I think. Let's jump back there. Actually, hold on. Let me see. I was going to jump back. We will jump back, but I don't want to forget to go back to where we want to see those wolves too. Those creatures. Oh, I love it. A skeleton. Wait a sec. Hold on. Yep. Skeleton with a pirate hat. What do we have here? Oh, the ball swivel. Awesome. Ball peg waist going on there, ladies and gentlemen. And we all know that's the important part. The captain body. Wow, I love that they're showing all this too. The breakout. Well, there's what we've got, ladies and gents, for this one. Tide Realm Corsairs. If you're into pirates, and if you remember the Pirates versus Ninja thing of way back when, I was always on Team Pirate just because everyone else was always on Team Ninja. Not that I was a contrarian or anything. But yeah, this looks like it could be a fun Kickstarter to stay on top of. So we will stay on top of it once it launches. Now, I want to make sure and get to these guys. Let's see what we've got. The Crypt Dogman, set of 3. Aren't they cute? Aren't they adorable? Ooh, those are freaky. I likes it. Man, and they're all, usually I can look at them and say, oh, that's clearly the one I want. I don't know, like brown is okay, but the gray and the black both look really awesome. I'm not sure which one I would choose out of those. I mean, brown is obviously awesome too. I don't want to, but for my tastes, the gray and the black. Ooh. Oh man, I love the head sculpts, guys. Oh, those are just wicked. You can put those on most anything else, and they would just make whatever a zillion times scarier. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. All right, let me catch up with the chat here real quick. Uncarded, I wonder why the Blizzard Games license is so difficult to acquire. We need some fully articulated action figures from Diablo 4. I don't know. I know nothing when it comes to Blizzard or even video games really lately. That would be something that'd be fun. Somebody to actually make a good Halo action figure line. Oh, because that would be like 90s and early 2000s. People would still be into that. If, you were getting really cool Master Chief figures, Halo might be a fun idea. Sci-Fi Return of the Joker is the best one of the, or best. I own the unedited. It includes blood and I love it. Yep. I think that's the one I've got too. Star, has anyone else heard of some of these reports of the forearms of Morphig figs being made of two different kinds of plastic and cracking over time / pressure? Ooh, I have not heard about that. Anybody? Both Savage Crucible and Mythic Legions have nautical / pirate themed figures releasing in the future, so these Tide Realm figures should be compatible. That's going to be, yeah, I didn't even think of Legions. Obviously, they've got them. I thought of the black. So you got the black, you got the Mythic Legions, you got exactly what you said. I got to look back. I don't remember. Oh, duh. I was going to say I don't remember the Savage Crucible, what the nautical figures would be. One's on pre-order. So I guess I do remember. Captain McFarlane got mad at me for tweeting a pic of their Henry Cavill and Fonjoy side by side. Fonjoy looks like Cavill, and the suit is right. McFarlane doesn't look like Cavill. Yeah, I feel bad, actually, for what... Like, I'll sit here, and I might go off a little bit on McFarlane toys. It all boils down to this. I wish their figures were as good as Todd's art. That's really what it is. And they very rarely even seem to attempt to come close to that. Uncarded Mythic Legions are roughly 7 inches. Marvel Legends is around 6. And then the imports are true 1/12 scale. That's what they say, but Mafex is definitely not true 1/12. They're a little taller. When we've got Gambit here with Gideon, it's pretty close. But yeah, I would say just the build with Gideon, he just looks like a bigger figure, and he is taller by a hair. So yeah, I would say we're probably looking more like at 1/11th when it comes to Mythic Legions. Like, not quite as big as McFarlane, but not quite as small as the other actual 1/12s either. Uncarded, those loose collector dogs are awesome. I totally agree. Star, uncarded, that would be sweet. Anything from Blizzard would be awesome. Was hoping someone, cough, Jada cough, would do great quality 1/12 scale figs of StarCraft. Oh boy. Maybe, I mean, hey, Jada still got things to announce. Not that I want to tease. Would be cool if these dogs came with the flat paws for their hands to pose them on all fours as well. Ooh. You know what? Let's go through here. See if we can get a picture of the accessories. Man, I just love the head sculpts. Like, everything else is awesome. I love the look for sure. But those head sculpts are something else, man. Wow. Okay, he's still a pretty big figure. Ooh, I'm not sure. Is it just the figure? Like, does he not come with... Hang on, let's go to a figure itself and see. Actually, I'm sitting here going to him, but what we could do, box features 8 inches. Let's see, Dogman figure, pair of neutral hands and 2 claw hands. What are neutral hands? Let's see. These might be the neutral, honestly. No, those kind of look like the claw ones too. Huh. Yeah, I got nothing. I mean, it looks like they've got neutral-ish hands where they're not clawing, but they're certainly not flat. Spaded 1,000 Toys makes some pretty good-looking Halo stuff. They do make some good-looking Halo stuff, but they're also crazy pricey. So if somehow somebody could make some of those that were way less pricey and way better than what who was it that had it recently? Was it Jax? Or was it, oh man, what's the other Was it Jax or Jazzwares? Somebody had Halo recently, and they weren't great. Anton, so I would have to get a lot of milk bones to keep them happy, but they're nice werewolves. Anton, those werewolves are really cool. I would probably have to buy all three. They probably cost a lot of money, but that's okay. And then they come to life. And well, yeah, you don't want them having fun with your figures there. Actually, Anton, let's see what we have here price wise. All right, $59.99. So they're $60 a piece. That's not as bad as I was thinking when it comes to loose collector, actually. Hot Rod, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. I just stumbled upon your live stream. Seems pretty cool. I think I'll stick around. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Everybody here is very cool. So good to see you. Star, those dogmen look like shaved werewolves. They do a little, the cats that don't have fur, they kind of remind me of that. See, Uncarded, welcome aboard, Hot Rod. Thank you, Uncarded. Outback looks like they each only have one set of clawed hands. Yeah, they're not looking good. I mean, the description says they've got two sets of hands, but even the relaxed ones look like they're a little clawy, Outback. Okay, my bad. I missed the neutral ones. Yeah, but like you said, man, they're still not flat. It's not like they get to just chill, Star, hey, Hot Rod, glad you joined us. Thank you, Star. Hot Rod uncarded. Stop fixing my grammar, iPhone. Man, Siri is always messing with us, Hot Rod. It always happens. Outback, welcome, Hot Rod. You're sure to have a good time here. Toypixx streams every Monday and Thursday. Thank you, Outback. I'm a terrible, part of what I do is marketing, and I'm terrible when it comes to advertising for my own stuff here. This is no good, guys. I got to work on that. But yeah, man, good to see you, Hot Rod. Glad you stopped in. Glad you stumbled across it tonight. All right, so we've got the Dogmen, which are looking pretty rad, actually. Let's jump in here. Whole lot of Legions. Do we have anything else? Oh, guys. Uh-oh. We've got Premium DNA. So we all know what to think when it comes to that. But here is the Contra Signature Collection Lance Bean 112 scale action figure. I don't know, man. I don't know about these. I mean, the weapons are cool. They look very much like what's up. But if I did the whole up, down, left, right, BA select start, would I get 99 more of the figure? That's what needs to happen. Especially with Premium DNA, who might never release this figure. That's right. I just busted out the Konami code. They're not bad. They're not bad photos. The figures look like they do the things. They look like modern figures. I don't know. Gang. What's everybody thinking when it comes to Contra and Premium DNA? Star, I bet Siri would have had a more impressive display at WonderCon than Jada did. Oh, poor Siri. Poor Jada, I guess, more accurately with that one. Yeah, Siri would have actually been hilarious. She would have just been standing there. They need to get the woman who actually did the voice of Siri to just stand in the middle of a convention and just say things like, sorry, I didn't catch that. Just to screw with people all day. I think that would be fun. Uncarded, there's another company that has Contra figures up for pre-order now too. Was that? Oh, who was that? Was it Trick or Treat Studios? I do not remember. Let's see here. Contra, Premium DNA. Oh, it's Haya. How did I not know it was Haya? Oh, man. But that looks like it might be, hang on, what do we have here? No, that is 112. Arms don't look like they have tons of range at the elbows. But then, do you need them to? Maybe they do. It was just they weren't really showing it off. These honestly look like much cooler figures to me. And that's not because I'm not sure about premium DNA anymore. That's because these just look like better figures. They look like they've got kind of that anime proportion thing going on. Yeah, these are cool. These are really cool. How did I not know about these? Star red camo. How's that supposed to hide them? Where exactly are they engaging in combat that everything is red? Probably the wall at Toypixx. My back wall is totally red. That's what's going on. And that's how they're able to stay hidden, I'm thinking, Star. No, I haven't noticed any laser fire, gunfights, or Konami codes back on my desk, so probably not. Anton, don't tell them they just came back from the dog groomer. I like it. Poor dog mans. Yeah, we shouldn't let them know that they've been totally shaved, should we? Let's see. What do we have? Dude has a huge thigh gap. He does. He does. You're not wrong. Love the different power up effects for the weapons on that. Yeah, that looks cool. It looks good. I wonder, did they have the other guy? Dang it, Outback! You said that about the thigh gap, and now, hold on. Oh man, and they both got it. All right, hang on. Oh, can't unsee. The effects are awesome though. Oh man. Let's go find the other guy. Here we go. I never knew when I played Contra, I didn't know the guys actually had names. I just grabbed them and started shooting things. Yeah, I wish they need to put their legs closer together so we can see if that thigh gap closes at all. I like the poses. I actually really like the look of these. And then you said that about the thigh gap, and I'm going, oh no. Like I'm not the guy that's gonna get Contra figures, so I guess I'm okay either way. But man, these look so good. And then thigh gap. Anton, the figures are pretty cool. I guess if Duke and Flint would have to take them on together, Duke would get captured. Like somehow these guys have all these power effects. Duke would get captured. Flint would have to save the day. He'd be like, all right, Snake Eyes, I got this. You earned your break because you had to save Duke how many times for being captured? Just go chill for a while. I'll handle it this time. Outback, sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it for anyone. No, man. I'm glad because here's what would happen. If somebody like you isn't there pointing that out, somebody orders these Contra figures, they get them in hand, and they're like, oh, I didn't notice that at all. So don't worry. I pointed out many things as well that I'm sure ruined some things for people. But yeah, that was a good call, to be perfectly honest. Star, those Contra figs have been up for pre-order for a long time. I'm sure my grandchildren will love them when they actually get released. Haya's really, I mean, I know that Jada is really slow on the release, but it feels like Haya takes forever to release stuff. Unguarded, these figures look like they would kick Flint's beret off. No, they couldn't handle it. And if they did kick Flint's beret off, he'd just get mad. He wouldn't need a Konami code to take these boys down. Ouch. Maybe that's why I didn't remember these, though. Maybe they've been up for so long, I totally forgot all about them. So what else do we have here? What is this guy? Did we see this already? I don't know that I've seen this guy already. This is Baki Hanma, Son of Ogre, Storm Arena Jackhammer. Good Lord. I'm going to need to watch Baki, aren't I? Because these proportions are insane, and yet people say, yeah, the proportions are pretty much perfect. He reminds me right now, looking at this pose with the shoulders, of the old school Toy Biz Marvel Legends when they were trying to get shoulders worked out. And I'm remembering Daredevil and Silver Surfer specifically just had giant ball shoulders. And I think, actually, I'm saying that I think Daredevil was part of the Spider-Man Classics line. So it was Silver Surfer that had just massive shoulders sticking out the side. But I think that's just the articulation because I didn't notice that so much on the other shots. Man, okay, yeah, I gotta watch Baki. It's clear at this point. Thank you, Paul. Thanks for your time and input. Thanks, Toypixx. Captain, come on back whenever. Let us know what you think. I mean, all I could think of was some kind of anime and Halo. I hope you're able to run with it though and produce one heck of a line, man. Whatever you do, good luck. Come back, let us know how whatever you decide on goes. Hot Rod, Paul, my man. Yeah, Paul's pretty cool. He's always keeping the people involved. Uncarded. This guy looks like he belongs in the Attack on Titan anime universe. Maybe that's what's up. I'm looking at this guy like, are you on the wrong franchise or in the wrong franchise? What is going on with you, man? Yeah, he's gonna hurt people. And I've got, since I'm not getting the Street Fighter figures from Storm Arena, and since I'm holding off forever, here's part of the hold off, guys. I had to buy a sign for Toypixx to go on the outside of the building. And now I'm in an office building, so it's one of those signs that has a bunch of the businesses on it. So I had to look at it. I had to figure out how to make it different so it would stand out. And then I had to order it, and it costs about $850 to get the sign for Toypixx to go outside. So right now I'm sitting here, I've got stuff on pre-order, but I'm not jumping on too much recent, like too much that I'm seeing going, oh man, I should get that. Or like the $30 and the $50 purchases, they're not really happening as far as impulse purchases right now. So that's what's going on. We'll see if we can fix that here in the near future. But yeah, this guy is pretty sweet. Star, he looks like a fit version of Eminem. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? My brain's not working properly tonight. Then, Star, does it ever for any of us? None of our brains work quite right. We're here having fun. Uncarded 850. Good googly moogly. Yeah, and it's not even like a giant sign. It's like a thin sign that goes on. It's actually two signs because the signage is two-sided. So yeah, basically $425 per sign, but you don't want it on one side and not on the other. So yeah, it's it's not even that big, but here's hoping it does the job. Let's see, the real Slim Shady Star. Yep, that's the one. Oh man. All right, guys, closing in on that time. We're not quite there. We got a couple minutes. So does anybody have some suggestions to fire my way for Hot Rod and anybody else that hasn't been on here before? We usually start the live streams at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and go until about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, just so everybody's aware. And usually right about 8:30, I might just stop without warning. No, I'll always tell you guys I'm stopping and all that, but just wanted to be sure everybody knew what was going on this fine evening. But as was said earlier in the night, it's every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk stuff. This coming Thursday, by the way, we'll be talking about what everyone thinks is the best action figure of 2026 so far, because believe it or not, the first quarter is already over. Like after tomorrow, that's it, which is to me insane. Hot Rod, that fits in my schedule. I'm in bed by 10. Perfect, Hot Rod. I wish I could do that. Like, so it'll get done at 8:30. I'll get to the house, and when I have a late day like this, I can never just go home and go to bed. Tonight, I'll be up a while. Anton, well, thanks again for the birthday wishes. Buy more toys. Always have fun. You too, Anton. Thank you for stopping by. Happy birthday, dude. Captain, meant to tell you the new Greatest American Hero comic book comes out in May and continues into next year. How am I missing all this stuff, man? Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Captain, have fun, world. Well, feel free to come back whenever, Captain. And truly, I mean, it would be fun to hear what you're doing as far as the progress for your figure line. All right, well, I'm subscribed. Hopefully, they'll send me the reminder. All right, I appreciate it, man. Thanks again for stopping by this fine evening. Sci-fi, look up Bullet Queen. Oh, let's go find Bullet Queen real quick. And that is 5K Toys, right? Or is she on BBTS? Let's see here. Whoop. Bullet Queen. What? Data. I don't know what's going on there. So we're just going to head to 5K Toys real quick. And I'm assuming... Bullet Queen. Did not yield any results. Help me out, Sci-Fi. Where do I go? Star, Hot Rod, hey, Hot Rod. What are your favorite lines or subjects? We all have our respective thing here. That's true. It's pretty much vintage Joes, classified Joes, Marvel Legends, stuff like that. Nice, Hot Rod. Nice. Joes. Joes are so good. All right, Sci-Fi. What do we got? What do we got? Hold on. Maybe I can find Bullet Queen on a Google search here. Bullet Queen action figure. Show me images. Here we go. Is this it? Weird. Okay, hold on. I'll be sure to share the page here. I think I've seen this actually. Ooh, my head just got ginormous. Here we go. Okay, here's Bullet Queen on 5K Toys Instagram. So it must have been there. Oh, you are not wrong. That's all kinds of a mix. I wonder if that's how these companies are going to try and get around things now. It's just by mixing up the IPs. That's really cool, actually. Star, Hot Roddy. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, already saw that. Pretty much vintage. G.I. Joe, you're home, brother. Kyrus, are you getting Pythona? I am not. I am not getting Pythona, Kyrus. How about you? Are you loading up? Outback, before we wrap it up, if I may politely request everyone to please check out my figure reviews. When you get a chance, I'll have some more up soon. Oh, check out Anton's podcast too, called Anton Knows. Thank you, Outback. Thanks for letting the folks know about Anton Knows. Guys, Anton doesn't have a YouTube channel. It's a podcast. Like old school, you'll be able to just hear him audio-wise. So go to Spotify, all those places, find some Anton Knows. Outback, his channel is exactly what you see there. It's Outback Action Figures. I've enjoyed his channel so far, so be sure to subscribe to him and check it out. Looks like Cammy. Yeah, quite a bit. Yep, that's her. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I'm wondering, is this how they all get around the licensing? Huh, interesting. All right, folks, that's what I've got for tonight. So thanks as always for stopping by and saying hi. You could have done anything this fine evening, and you chose to come here and hang out with all of us, and I really appreciate it. So until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. We're hitting the end.